Hi, I'm Bob Lederer, editor and publisher at RFL Communications, and welcome to Research Business Daily Report for April the 3rd, 2012. We're sponsored all this week by SSI. Last week we reported on research that inaugurated in Australia with Brian Fine that documented that smartphone users are very willing to participate in surveys that last 15 minutes or more. We were reminded by Harris Interactive EVP Jenny Lee Chapman about a study of its own last holiday season. It showed that mobile phone users are willing to make extra effort to participate in surveys on premise and in the midst of their experience. Good stuff, and thanks, Jenny Lee. Yesterday, I noted a potential problem with Google consumer surveys on the research side, specifically that some survey takers may frivolously go through that process in order to quickly get to the content. But Google apparently is tracking those who answer the first point in each question every time, and also those who very quickly go through the survey. Props to Marketing Magazine in Australia for that information. David Cohn wrote on his blog today about having proposed a concept similar to the Google Consumer Survey to a company called Spot.us not long ago. And he shared some fascinating research on research about that work. The number of visitors who preferred to donate to gain contact was actually beneath 1%. But then a survey option was added, and in doing so, the engagement level among people watching went up to nearly 10%. And these people were willing to take surveys all the time. Cohn wrote, on a long enough timeline, an individual who took surveys was actually more valuable to the organization than an individual who donated hard cash, end of quote. By the way, he doesn't think that Google has introed the holy grail for online monetization, nor does he believe, although he doesn't cite specifics, that Google has gone far enough in thinking what could be possible here. Last month we discussed the failure of Research in Motion to understand both its consumer and business bases for BlackBerry devices, and RIM is paying an awful price for this inexcusable research oversight. Last week, its new CEO, Thorsten Heinz, said the company is going to be concentrating on enterprise users and select consumer segments. That's people like me. But analysts point out that BlackBerry is now ceding the much faster growing part of the market, and at the same time, it remains in the crosshairs of Apple and Google in that business side segment. Has RIM failed to do its research again? Stay tuned. Finally, congratulations to Marketing Inc.'s Howard Gershowitz, who received an emeritus directorship from the Marketing Research Institute International at ARF last week. That's Howard in the middle, flanked on the left by Michael Mermelstein, and on the right by MRII Executive Director Don Marek. That's Research Business Daily Report for April the 3rd, 2012, sponsored by SSI. I'm Bob Lederer, hoping you have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.